Fourth International Conference on Advances in Computing and Communication (EC 2014), a proposal for enhancing museum visiting experience implementing active RFID technology. I am Shubhashish Roy, the presenter, and my co-authors are Souvik Sen and Subir Kumar Sharma. Outline: I will first discuss the need of the proposed work, then the brief overview of RFID technology, that is radio frequency identification and detection technology. Then the brief of the literature survey report will be discussed. After that, the working principle of our proposed work and advantages of our proposed works will be discussed. And finally, I will conclude and future scope will be discussed. Need of the proposed work. Millions people visit the museums in order to have a glimpse of the rare artifacts and antiques kept there. Usually the description of each object is displayed on the boards, but this may not be visible to all the visitors during crowded hours. Besides this, many visitors prefer listening to a guide since reading seems quite mundane to them as compared to the lively description offered by the guides. So, the voice description is always preferred. Moreover, they prefer listening in their own regional languages, but employing quality guides in museums who can describe in many languages proficiently is a tedious and costly job. Thus, our proposed work addresses these issues through active radio frequency identification and detection technology based system. RFID system components. The main RFID system components are tag, interrogators, server. Operation of RFID system. Tag, reader and the host are the main three parts of the RFID system. The connecting media may be wire or radio waves. Mostly the reader to host connection are wire and reader to tag connections are radio waves. Thus, reader first sends the radio wave to tag, then tag sends back the radio wave to reader. Reader from that wave extract the information of the tag, then send back to the host. RFID tag. There are two types of tag present in RFID: passive tags and active tags. Passive tags do not require power, draws from interrogator field, lower storage capabilities, shorter read ranges, low cost. Active tags are battery powered, higher storage capacities, longer read range. RFID reader. Reader functions. Remotely powered tags establish a bidirectional data link, communicate with a network servers, can read 100 to 300 tags per second. Readers or interrogators can be at fixed point at entrance or exit or point of sale. Reader can also be mobile or handheld. Brief of the literature survey report. The above table shows a brief overview of existing technologies of museum enhancing system. The main factors of concern are installation time, cost, content reliability, mobility, explanation type, support multilingual visitors. Traditional guide, tape or CD machine and RFID based personal digital assistants are the three types of technology that exist in our real-time system. RFID based personal digital assistance provides very advantages on the part of the installation time because it requires only very short installation time, low cost, high content reliability with high mobility, and audio, video, text or graphics type of explanation can be done with the RFID based personal digital assistance system. And it is also a very advantageous to be used in case of multilingual visitors. The main challenges of recent RFID-based museum enhancing systems are maintaining proper database for each artifact, real-time connectivity through internet or Wi-Fi with visitors PDA system, and constant monitoring. Thus, in our previous work, we have implemented a different approach based on the passive RFID-based system, where RFID tags are attached to the artifact and RFID reader based PDA system are carried by the visitors. Depending on visitors' preferred language and the tag ID of the artifacts, the PDA device automatically starts the audio information whenever the visitor's reader comes near the artifacts. However, the main drawback of this system occurs when number of languages increases or artifact size reduces. As number of language increases, cost also increases because more number of tags are now required to attach with the artifacts. Moreover, the reading range of passive RFID system is so low that practical implementation of the system in a museum becomes very challenging. Thus, a cost-effective active RFID-based prototype system has been proposed that can describe the audio information of the artifact to the visitors in their preferred language through an audio system via a headphone. Working principle. In our proposed prototype, a single active reader along with a processor is attached to the particular artifact in the museum as shown in the figure 1. There will be a PDA device that includes an active RFID tag, a processor and audio system along with a headphone as shown in figure 2. This PDA device will be carried out by the visitors. As the reader costs are quite high than the tag, so readers are placed at a fixed position with the artifacts. And we have implemented two different languages, English and Hindi, for audio system. The working principle can be divided under the following parts: language selection and tag activation, communication with the reader, finding out the desired reader ID, track selection and track play. Flowchart for language selection and tag activation. Our system wait for the language selection process. If it is not selected, then it will wait until it is selected. When it is selected, then it stores the choice of the language in a variable and interrupt the tag. The tag sends a tag beacon packet to the reader and goes back to sleep. We have reduced the power consumption of the active tag, making the tag only interrupted when the language is selected. Flowchart for communication with reader. Our system will check continuously if the tag beacon packet received by the reader. If it is not, then it will wait. If it is received, then it extracts the reader ID, tag ID and signal strength from the packet, send the tag command packet containing the received signal strength and reader ID back to the tag after specific time delay. Finding out the desired reader ID. When a tag command packet from a reader is received by a tag, it reads the information contained by the packet, that is the reader ID and the signal strength, and stores it in a lookup table maintained by the processor attached to it as shown below table. The main two columns of the table are reader ID and signal strength. For the reader ID FFAA, the signal strength EF is stored in the table of the processor. After reading the first packet, it then waits for a few seconds for all the tag command packet to arrive from the readers. It then applies merge sort to sort the lookup table in descending order with respect to the signal strength as shown below table and select the topmost reader as primary one. This operation is done to select the artifacts which is the visitor interested to know. Track selection and track play. For each artifact, two different tracks are stored in the memory of the audio system. The processor connected with the tag reads the variable holding the choice of the preferred languages of the visitor. According to the selected language and desired reader ID, calculated by the processor itself as mentioned previously, the track number is calculated. Then the processor decides how to reach the track position and play it. Advantages of our system. The automation is the first advantage of our system with cost effectiveness. Collision resolution is another advantage of our system. We have successfully reduced the tag collision and the reader collision. The tag collision is because the active RFID tags automatically broadcast their data at fixed intervals. It is possible that if enough tags are located in a single zone defined as the read range of a single active RFID reader, the individual tag transmission can potentially interfere with each other and confuse the reader. This is known as tag collision. When two or more readers want to communicate with the same tag simultaneously, reader collision occurs. Wide range is another application, and low power consumption is the another advantages of our system. Proposal for avoiding the tag collision. In this figure, a small forward directed reading zone around the reader R1 to reduce the tag packet collision is represented. Reader with processor are representing each artifact of the museum, and tags are representing the mobile visitors of the museum. The tag beacon packet are shown by the arrowhead. T1 to T6 tags with processor are the mobile user or visitor. In our scheme, the tags are mostly in sleep mode. When a push button is pressed by a visitor, the tag wakes up momentarily, sends a beacon packet, and then again goes back to sleep. RFID system using the UHF ultra high frequency 860 MHz to 930 MHz range can be used, which will make the radiation more directed. Moreover, directional antennas can be mounted on the RFID readers. These antennas radiate greater power in one direction, allowing for increased performance on transmit and receive and reduce the interference from the unwanted sources. Additionally, the range of the reader can be deliberately reduced by reducing the gain of the reader, and the power of the transmitted beacon packet from the tag can be kept as low as possible so that the packet doesn't reach many readers in the neighborhood as shown in the last figure. All these methods ensure that a small forward directed zone is created around a specific reader R1, within which if a tag is located, its transmission will reach the reader. Now, making the zone small will guarantee less number of tags to be present inside it, and consequently probability that the individual tag transmission will interfere with each other is reduced. This is how the tag collision is resolved. Proposal for avoiding reader collision. Reader with processor representing the each artifact of the museum, tag T1 with processor representing a single visitor of the museum. The figure showing how the reader R1, R2, R3 send the tag command packet after a specific delay to reduce chances of reader collision. The light arrowhead showing the tag beacon packet sending from tag to reader, and dark arrowhead showing the tag command packet coming from reader to tag. And here in our system we have introduced the delay of 10 millisecond, 20 millisecond and 30 millisecond, for instance, for the reader R1, R2, R3 respectively. When the tag T1 sends a beacon packet, it reaches reader R1, R2 and R3 at nearly same instant. They process the packets and sends back the tag command packets to the tag T1. Now there is a high chance that Each of these command packets reach the tag simultaneously, resulting in reader collision. In our scheme, reader collision are reduced through a technical technique called time division multiple access. In simple terms, the readers are instructed to send at different times rather than all trying to send at the same time. Each reader R1, R2 and R3 sends the tag command packet after a specific delay which varies from reader to reader as shown in figure. The time delay may be of the order of a few milliseconds so that all the command packets reach the tag T1 within 1 or 2 seconds. Since active tags and the processors work very fast, so few milliseconds are enough for them to process the tag command packet. This ensures that all the command packets do not reach the particular tag simultaneously and make it confused. Conclusion: our proposed scheme can reduce staff stress and can provide useful information about the artifacts in a very efficient way, improved with respect to our previous work. The maintenance cost and the setup cost is quite low comparing with the existing database and Wi-Fi connection based museum systems. So, designing a real-time implementation of the above mentioned prototype may prove to be quite useful to mankind, which is our future work. This is are the some references. Among them, the reference number 4 is our previous work where we have designed an implementation of an innovative RFID based intelligent voice system for the use in museum and other application, published in the International Conference of Technology and Innovation ICTI 2011, held by on July 2011 at Chennai. Thank you. Please drop me a mail regarding any queries regarding this paper presentation. Thank you.